Hello. So, as you saw, this is gonna be a more serious video. And it's a video first and foremost because of the future part that I'm saying that I will no longer be streaming Skullgirls. I will stop doing that altogether. As for videos, I'll probably still do those, but I'll get into that a little later in the video. Before I get into my personal history with Skullgirls and why I'm not streaming anymore and where my videos might go to from now on, I have to talk a little bit about MikeZ. The people that defend MikeZ because he was just cringy in the DMs are purposefully being ignorant because a cosplayer came out saying that MikeZ has been super creepy, sexually creepy to her for years. Co-worker came out to say some strong allegations how MikeZ being pretty racist in the workplace. And because as of today, July 3rd, Friday, MikeZ hasn't said anything, and Lab Zero hasn't said anything. There has been no really communication from the dev team to the community. And Lab Zero actually made an announcement today that there will be a statement to be made. They announced there will be a statement. So, because of all this silence, it's even more likely for all of this to be real. And if you're still saying he did nothing wrong, you're just being purposefully ignorant. I'm just gonna tell it to you like that. And before anyone says that that makes it just socially awkward, or they might be on the spectrum or whatever, just letting you know, MikeZ is almost 40 years old. He holds a leadership position in a company where he's supposed to lead people, talk to people on a daily basis as part of his job. He should have learned how to, at the very least, not be creepy. Missing social cues is fine. Being creepy and shitty and probably racist is not. And about everything else that has been happening in the FGC, what people have suffered in this community is really awful, but it's not my place to talk about any of it. So all I'll say is, it's really awful. I feel really bad for anyone that had to go through any of that. No one should have to do that. So I'll continue with the video. So now, on to my history with Skullgirls. I started playing Skullgirls when I was super young. Not even gonna look that up, I'm gonna feel old. I started only getting into the community when I was 17 years old, and I started streaming when I was 18 years old, which, looking at it now, it was probably a mistake. It was fine most of the time I streamed Skullgirls. There were just some times where people would not really insult me, but I would have to explain myself a lot. Like, I would say things like, I would be frustrated and say I'm frustrated because I know what this guy is going to do because they approach the same way every time, and I'm not doing anything to stop it. And I know I can do things to stop it, and I'm not doing them. And that's frustrating. And I'm like, it's frustrating because that's happening. And people would tell me stop making excuses. Well, not people, just couple persons. And I would be angry and frustrated because I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm frustrated because I should be better. And that's frustrating. And little things like that honestly really didn't matter. And remembering it now, I know I knew better. But I still started acting in a really dickish way. Anyone that said anything vaguely negative about me or my play, I would just, anything that contradicted my delusions, I would snap at them, basically. I never really said anything vile, but I just was a dick, and I'm truly sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. So, eventually, realizing this, I simply took a break. A long break. Couple long breaks, actually. And I didn't stream Skullgirls anymore. I actually stopped playing for like a year and a half. Maybe more. And I started going to therapy. I started working on myself. And eventually, like this year, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start streaming Skullgirls again. Because I feel like I'm in a better mental position, Yeah, better mental position. I think my mental health is better. I think I can stream again. But since I stepped back from everything, I haven't considered myself to be part of the community. I haven't been in any Discord in forever. In like more than 3 years, I think. And I haven't really gone out, even online, to talk to anyone in the community because I don't consider myself part of the community and I don't want to be part of the community because of who I was. But me returning to stream, this is something I hadn't noticed, and it's all on me. My partner helped me to notice this. If someone's a dick and they disappear for a long time and then they reappear, you have no reason to believe they stopped being a dick. You're gonna think they're still a dick, and I completely understand that, and that's on me. I was in my own little world, trying to improve on everything that I didn't even think of how it could look. So, coming back, there's people that just come to my stream when I stream Skullgirls just to hate watch me, just to clip things and make fun of me behind my back. And honestly, with this knowledge, it's hard to not care because there's that little thing behind your head with that knowledge when you're playing and you try to say something to vent and lower your salt levels. Like, I can say, like, I hate the Peacock matchup because I hate the Peacock matchup, and that's all I'm saying. But that's used to make fun of me. I have very poor eyesight, as anyone knows as anyone can tell you that know me personally. I have very poor eyesight, and I have trouble kind of adjusting, like, focusing with my eyes sometimes. That's with astigmatism and shit. Even with glasses sometimes. I find it hard to actually focus, have my eyes focused on the game, like biologically focus, when there's a dark stage or something. And I always say this is why I made the colorblind strategy video, because I personally was like, this game just seems a little too dark sometimes, and my eyes have a lot of trouble adjusting. But me saying, like, I cannot see in some stages, because that's something I have to deal with, is used to make fun of me again, to say I'm making excuses. When I stopped playing competitively a long time ago, I just played to have fun, but not being able to see in a game with no colorblind options and no options of that sort, it's just a little like, I wish there were more accessibility options in the game, and it's a little frustrating that they're not there. But anyways, like I'm saying, it's hard for it not to actually matter. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna name names or anything because who cares? But the reason I'm a little jealous, is because a lot of other people have come out with things of, I've been targeted for harassment by this person, this player, I've been bullied by this person, this player, and so on. And some of those players are in the inner circle of the community, or they are the lead coder of the game. And some of those people were accepted by the community, and they help them improve sometimes. And I'm just here like, my 18, 20-year-old self would have really appreciated a little bit of that consideration of someone being like, hey, you okay, or something. Instead, I still get flack for it nowadays, so it's just a little bit of jealousy. I also don't want to be misconstrued by me saying that I'm a little jealous. So what I mean is, I wish there would have been someone out there in the community to tell me, hey, you okay? Or I wish there could have been anyone in the community I could trust that would help me out and vouch for me, but that also goes into my trust issues and so on. Whatever. It's all in the past now anyways, it really doesn't matter. So, after all this, and again, I apologize. I knew better, but I didn't live up to that. So, realizing that my streaming may have been looked as me actually trying to get into the community again and so on, I have decided that it's just better for myself and the community for me to just stop streaming. I never wanted to be part of the community again, so just really doesn't change that much. I'm sorry, because a lot of people actually just follow me for Skullgirls, and sorry. But yeah, that's my decision. And as for videos, it really depends on Lab Zero. If there are changes in the company for things like what MikeZ was accused of can never happen again, I'll be comfortable supporting the game still and making videos, because I think my videos are a little different, because the audience in my videos are mostly, the way I see it, the people that actually interact are mostly people that are new to the game and want to learn, and they ask questions and things. And I like to ease them into the game because it's a game I've enjoyed for a long time, for many years. So if there are changes in the company, I will be able to comfortably still make videos. If I see none of these changes, I'm gonna find it really hard for me to support the game and be comfortable with it. And by changes, I'm not here asking for MikeZ to resign or for him to be fired. Even if he's still there, I just want these things to be impossible to do even if he's still there. Just to end the video, I'm not doing this to get any sympathy or get any pity points or anything. Making a video because it's a way of kind of announcing things in my channel, and it's cathartic for me to talk about this out loud. So, again, I'm sorry. And I'll see you later, I guess.